fifth stop of the year for the Bassmaster Elite Series was the Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite at Lake Murray in Columbia, South Carolina. A lot of anticipation for this tournament based on what we saw last year. A big catch fest all over the lake, just about everybody getting in on the fun. But as we got closer and closer to the time, well, we were seeing that there were certain things that played last year we're not going to play this year. And Mark, Zona, Ronnie Moore, it seemed like our expectations were diminished, and everyone said no one's going to be able to do what the winner was able to do last year. How wrong we were.
Well, and pretty much the most amazing story in this tournament on Lake Murray, it was supposed to be tough, it was supposed to be grimy, very pressured, which the fish definitely were. And what Patrick Walters did, and we talked about this in Bassmaster Live, you and I have covered some derbies together. This was as flawless as a performance from Patrick Walters that I have ever covered. The reason why I say that, he was pretty much fishing the exact same way as 95% of the Elite Series field.
And Ronnie Moore, it doesn't always work out, but this time the home field advantage was played to a T.
Yes.
Yeah, I think from the jump, the first 5 or 10 minutes of the day, Patrick Walters gets an early start, not his biggest starting limit of the tournament, but gets a quick limit, top of our leaderboard, stayed there the rest of the day in theory, weighed in first, took the lead, and never gave it back. Tommy was at the top of Bass Track all week. Absolutely incredible performance. We call Santee Cooper his home. His first ever tournament in the history of bass fishing tournaments for Patrick Walters was here. He went to the University of South Carolina, cut his teeth here, won a national championship, and now he is a 3-time Elite winner, a 5-time B.A.S.S winner after his performance at Lake Murray.
3 flawless days in the lead every minute of every day, and then we come up to the final day. Let's take a look at some of what we saw on Lake Murray with our winner, Patrick Walters.
Well, and let's kind of, if you look at the first 3 days of this tournament, Patrick Walters starting around Dreer Island State Park, not burning a lot of gas, and every single day of the tournament, days 1 through 3, about 11 a.m. would kind of peter out. Well, the reason why is he would have 20 pounds or better for the majority of the time. He did have one real grimy day, day number 2 on Saturday, just under 20 pounds.
3 ounces under.
Predominantly his work was done with a new Rapala Jowler topwater bait, Zoom Super Fluke, and a mid-sized brush hog on a Carolina rig. But looking at his week, spot rotation, fish management, that was a big one. Backing out of areas when he snooped around that 20-pound mark. And don't get me wrong, he was also using a little finesse-style soft plastic jerk bait he didn't want to talk about. That's right, there's the state cop doing patrol on Lake Murray. And if you really looked at his final day performance, at about 9 o'clock is when Patrick Walters dropped the clutch and left the Dreer Island State Park area and knocked their lights out.
He said on the way in, Ronnie Moore, I caught him everywhere today on the final day.
Yeah, he actually got the tour of Murray today. He was able to unlock the lake for us, show us a lot of different looks. For somebody who we had high expectations of out of college, in the Opens, he has performed every year on the Elites and culminating with yet another big-time victory, another blowout as well.
Dude is a closer.
Oh, absolutely.
He smells it, he is going to win.
A closer for the ages, that's him. Patrick Walters, hats off to our winner. What a great trip to Lake Murray. What a great performance by Patrick Walters.
He needs 14 pounds, 2 ounces. 26 pounds, 12 ounces, 26-12. That's a Crush City Monster bag of the tournament on the final day. He weighs in the biggest bag of the entire tournament. And Patrick Walters becomes a 5-time Bassmaster winner with 93 pounds, 15 ounces. Walters with wire-to-wire domination. The Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite at Lake Murray belongs to Patrick Walters, a 5-time Bassmaster winner with 93 pounds, 15 ounces. Walters with wire-to-wire domination.